Hello and welcome to The Best Of. I am your host, Ricky Tucker. The Best Of focuses on the best in the areas of business, entertainment, sports, and the community. Today we've got a double whammy for you because we're going to be focusing on sports, but really we're going to be focusing primarily on the community and the most valuable asset in our community and within our society, as a matter of fact, our young people. And we have the distinct pleasure of having a young man who is new to the area, and we're excited. We're going to hear a lot more from him. But Joel Katz, who's actually the coordinator for the Grizzlies Foundation. Welcome, Joel.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, welcome to the city, and also welcome to the show. We're really excited, and we really appreciate you being a guest on our show.
I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to having this discussion with you.
All right. Well, just with us talking before the show, we know that 30 minutes is not going to be nearly enough time, so we're going to try and squeeze in as much as we can. So I understand that you're new to the area. Tell us a little bit about you and where you're from.
Well, I'm Southern California native. I'm from Murrieta, California. I lived there my entire life, and I graduated from University of California, Santa Barbara. Go Gauchos. But I've lived in California my whole life, and upon graduation, I wanted to expand into a world of professional sports. And I told myself that I was never going to settle for any sort of job. I didn't just want, a job at Best Buy. Not that there's anything wrong with working at Best Buy, but I really wanted, from a young age, I wanted to get my career started on a positive foot. So following graduation, I dug deep through my job search, and I found a hit here with the Memphis Grizzlies Foundation. And through my research, I learned that you could work in professional sports, but additionally, in a philanthropic setting, you could impact the community. And I found an opportunity here in Memphis, and here I am.
Yeah, well, that's really awesome. For someone to look at you, they think, wow, this is such a nice-looking, pleasant young man. But there is a high level of intensity and competition within you. You really remind me, as you were talking, of a young man. If you're out there, Jamarcus, remind me of a young man, Jamarcus Langston, some time ago, who applied for colleges. He was a runner, and I said, so where are you going to go? And he just wanted to go to one college, and that was the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, and he wanted to run for them. And I said, but you have to put other names down. And he goes, no, that's what my destination is. So it seems as though you were just as committed, because you were just definitely set on working in professional sports. Is that right?
That was it. Awesome. That's my dream.
Wow, that is awesome. Well, just with that I've learned about you, and I'm really having a tough time keeping the cat from getting out of the bag, but that I know about you, I'll say to you, thank you for coming to the Memphis area, because we are really fortunate and even blessed to have you here working with the Grizzlies organization, the Team Up mentoring organization, and working with our young people and becoming a part of our community. So thanks a lot.
I really appreciate it.
All righty. Well, let's jump right in, because we want to talk about our young people.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about the mentoring program that you head up. So tell us a little bit about the Grizzlies Team Up mentoring program.
Well, the Grizzlies Team Mentoring Program is it's a unique new approach to mentoring per se. Traditional mentoring matches one mentor with one young person. And with Grizzlies Team Mentoring, what we do is we recruit 3 volunteer mentors, and we match them with 9 scholars. Now, these teams of 12, and we really hinge off of the team component here in everything that we do. They meet 1 hour a week for an entire school year, and they go through all sorts of different life skills and activities and different themes and topics throughout the year that we're trying to introduce our young scholars to, look beyond middle school, look beyond high school, and start to create a future story. Think about the things that they really want to do with their lives, right, and have our mentors, where you've now got not one mentor, but 3 mentors that are pumping enthusiasm and asking the tough questions, right, and showing up weekly. And so they're seeing, a different component to a lot of different things in life.
Yeah, so when you thought about this program, and as the Grizzlies thought about pulling this together, What are some of the goals that you really, and some of the outcomes that you really like to see from the program?
You know, I mean, ultimately, you want to see improved academic performance. I think that, you know, a lot of young people here may not have the grades currently in the middle school or the high school that it takes to attend a four-year university. So ultimately, we really would like to see in the long term increased academic performance. I mean, additionally, we'd love to see improved behavioral records.
Awesome.
We'd love to see them come in and participate more in class, have less referrals, less detention time, and you know, ask better questions, be more engaged. But I think personally, if, we want this increased self-confidence and self-awareness in who they are and really what can they become. You know, having our mentors come in and say, what do you want to do for a living? And then how are you going to get there?
Yeah.
Because the preparation starts now.
Yeah. We want to make sure that the parents and educators and anyone who's interested gets your information. So throughout the show, we're going to talk a few times about gathering your contact information. So if someone wants to get in contact with you, how would they do so?
Well, they can first and foremost go to grizzliesteamup.org. Mm-hmm. That's www.grizzliesteamup.org. Yeah. And there you can find a variety of information about not only our Grizzlies team mentoring program, but a lot of the other mentoring programs that we work with throughout the Memphis community. You're more than welcome to contact me directly. My email address is jkatz, J-K-A-T-Z, @grizzlies.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you all may have.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we're talking with Joel Katz, and we're talking about mentoring. We're talking about making our young people, and it's both males and females, is that correct?
Males and females.
Okay, we're talking about making our young people better citizens overall, because sometimes people just think that, you know, the mentoring is just kind of like a buddy plan, but it's really good to hear you say the things like improve class attendance, increasing their grades, improving their grades, that self-esteem piece, particularly for our little girls, because they really see those physical changes that impact them emotionally as they get to be a little bit older. And speaking of that, what's the age group of the people that you mentor?
Well, currently in our Grizzlies team mentoring program, we've got two cohorts going. We've got our new students are in the 7th and 8th grade, so they're middle school scholars. And then we've actually got a cohort that are in the 9th and 10th grade that have been in our program for the last 2 years.
Okay, alrighty. And how does what do you use to select? Now, do you select a school first? Do you select the children? Or exactly how do you do that?
Well, we're working currently with 4 schools. We're working with the Solsville Charter School this year, is brand new this year, Kit Memphis Collegiate Middle, and then the Power Center Middle School and Power Center High School. Right. And in selecting our scholars, there's each school does it a bit differently. Some schools have the scholars actually create an application. Why do you want to become a part of this mentoring program? What sorts of things would you benefit from having a mentor? And in that, the counselors go through and select the scholars that they feel would best fit through that. At other schools, you know, a lot of these kids have come to their mentor or their counselors and said, you know, I'd like to have a mentor. And it's really
That's
interesting.
good.
So, you know, in general, all of the scholars that are participating in our program have opted into this process.
Good, good. Now, how long has the program been in existence? Because to be real honest, this past year was the first time that I'd heard of it, just right before you selected the group. And I will say that Travis Hooks, thank you very much, sir, for sharing that with me. And it's because of that I appreciate you for sharing it, because it's been life-changing for me. My wife and I are in business, and we actually work with young people sometime. But this in particular has already been life-changing for me. So how long have you guys been in existence?
Well, we piloted the program in January of 2011. And we were just in 2 schools then with 45 kids. And 15 mentors and 45 kids. As our model is 3 mentors to 9 students. Yeah. And we're now heading into our 2nd full year, so our 5th semester of the program, and we've got 54 mentors and 164 kids in the program.
Wow, that's powerful.
So it's growing. You know, we're trying to contain our growth here with the program. Before we start recruiting hundreds of mentors to match with hundreds of kids, we really want to make sure that it's working and that we can contain our model and make sure that we're really impacting these kids that our volunteers are impacting these kids in the way that they'd like.
Yeah. Is this something that's commonplace within the NBA? Is this something that you were just not too long out of school? Is this something that you maybe thought about or really envisioned doing yourself as you were graduating from school?
You know, I think it's a bit ironic because I've got a really good mentor myself who says that he's me 50 years older. And he's really pumped so much enthusiasm, and he's really helped me create a future story for myself. So I'm one that truly believes in the power of mentoring and truly believes that if you've got somebody that looks out for you, that has the experience, and that listens to you, that's by far the most important, one of the most important things that a mentor can do is have listening skills. But it was almost a serendipitous moment for me to come into this position.
Yes.
But to answer your question before, I don't know if there's any other NBA teams that are doing what we're doing. We really focus on creating quality-based mentoring here in Memphis, and that's it. I mean, like I said just a second ago, you know, before we blow this program up, we want to make sure that it works, and we want to make sure that our relationships are intact and that the kids really are benefiting from the time that our mentors are spending with them. So I think we're trailblazing here in Memphis.
Well, that's good. That's good because as we read the national news from time to time, it's situations like this that Memphis really should be touted. And so maybe we continue to move forward and continue the program, the growth of the program. And who knows, maybe MSN will even spotlight Memphis and the Grizzlies for doing something really great. Now, with our young people, how long you've had the program for several years. Are you actually following the progress of the mentees? Let's say, for example, if there was a person who was in the program during the 9th grade, are you actually following them? Can they come and become a mentee the 10th grade year and the 12th grade year as well?
Yeah, well, you know, we've got a very nice, our retention of our mentors is so high, and you know, the kids are always coming back, and we've got some 10th graders that have been in the program since they were in the 7th and 8th grade, and our mentors are committed. You know, they tell me all the time, Joel, I'm going to see these kids at graduation. Yeah. And to us, we're like, you know, you're volunteering your time, so to hear a volunteer come and say that to you, it's really heartwarming. And you know, we've seen the progression. You know, I've known a lot of these kids for, you know, almost 2 years now, and I've seen their growth and maturation, and I've heard the different case studies, and it's working. You know, that if you spend an hour a week with a young person, I mean, good things can happen, and good things are happening.
Yeah. Let's talk about some aha moments, and this will be a two-parter. We'll talk about an aha moment for you as you focused on the program, and then if you will kind of wrap in a message to some potential mentors out there and possibly even some mentees, because we're hoping that maybe some parents will see you on and have their children to sit down and kind of listen. So an aha moment, and then just a message that you'd like to share with some people in our listening and viewing audience.
You know, the aha moment for me that just said what we're doing is working came last May. We culminate our school year with a theater project. So the last 6 weeks of the school year, we partnered with Theater Memphis, and what they've done is they send a few of their directors out to the